Welcome to the Country Music Rocks podcast. I'm Danny Dwyer.
And I'm Julia Courier.
And welcome home.
I know, yes. I had a quick trip to LA thanks to Raising Cane's.
That was cool.
It was really cool. It was a lot of fun. We went out there for a Halloween event, and they had the second largest carved pumpkin that weighed over a ton. It was like 2,518 pounds.
That thing was massive.
Yeah.
When I saw all the videos and the stuff you guys were doing, I was like, holy cow.
It was so cool.
So I have a question for you then, because did they just do one pumpkin? Because it was carved 3 different sides, or was it 3 pumpkins altogether?
No, it's one large pumpkin.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
it's
thing
so
was-
cool.
It was huge.
Yeah. Yep.
And all the celebs that were there?
Yes, there was a lot of celebrities. There was a lot of influencers. It was a really cool event. Anytime I can do something with Raising Cane's, I totally do, because they're just such a great company. Todd Graves, the owner and founder, such a great guy. And they're not a franchise. He's got his hands on each store, and they're always giving back. They're doing stuff all the time, whether it's with country artists. We've done it a lot with them, and he teamed up with Luke for like a big donation with Luke's charity.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So they're
awesome.
always giving back, and sometimes they're doing stuff that you don't even know about. They're giving back to communities that's they're not making a big deal about it, but they're just doing it. So he's a great guy, super humble, super nice.
I love the fact that he ties up with country music artists, because in our area of what our expertise is, we see them doing so many great things. I know the one you did with Parker McCollum in Texas.
Yep.
You did with Bailey Zimmerman in Nashville, which I just ate at not long ago.
There you go.
When we were there, we took some winners back there, and we had a blast. And we stopped there like, let's get some chicken. And I'm like, let's go to
Raising Cane's. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and then of course, Todd, thank you for bringing it here to Vancouver, Washington.
Yes.
We're like a weekly visitor all the time.
There you go. Yep. Got to have a Cane's combo box. Yeah.
My son is always like, Raising Cane's. I'm like, okay, let's go.
It's an easy yes. For sure.
So welcome back. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. And some of the influencers there, Jesse Palmer was there, I saw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the guys in the food channel, I did not know, but I kept digging in deeper and deeper to see who all was there.
Yeah. So Eric, he was one of the main carvers, and it's just crazy. I mean, 30 hours it took him to carve that.
Wow.
Which seems like a lot, but at the same time it doesn't. It's so detailed.
Right.
So it was really cool. And they had the grower.
Yep. The actual producer
so you
of
had
it all? The farmer?
The grower, and you had the carver. You had everything that it took to get this pumpkin here. But it's just really cool.
Did he give any secrets to make that pumpkin so big?
So what's crazy, and I wrote about it, you can check it out on countrymusicrocks.net, but it grows so fast. I think it was like 60 to 70 pounds a day.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a balloon.
Yeah.
It just goes out.
And then like 110 days, that's what it took to grow to get to that big.
Holy cow.
It's over a ton.
They have all the farms here in Oregon and Southwest Washington, and I've seen some of them. We've done pumpkin drops from before and all sorts of fun things. But I often wonder, like, this is the one seed that's going to grow to like 2,500 pounds. And then they at what point do they put it on a pallet? So I want to go back and read now on the website what it's all about, because that is pretty cool.
It was very cool. So I was very thankful that I got to go there. But as I was getting on the plane, I was like, it was a last minute trip. So I was trying, I didn't have like all my playlists dialed in and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to go through some of my old playlists.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, there were so many songs that I had forgotten about. And from artists, I'm like, what are they doing now?
Yeah.
So I was like, this will be a great, I was kind of texting you. I'm like, hey, do you know what so-and-so is up to these days? And so I was like, this would be a great topic to chat about today.
Yeah, I love this. And I'm glad you brought it up, because doing the Opry last month, we've had a chance to see some artists and we forgot about for a while, like Martina McBride was on our night, and Vince Gill was on our night. I know they're still very active.
Yes.
I mean, as an Opry member, they go back at least once a month. I know Ashley McBride was explaining some of it. She tries to go back at least once a month to pay her tribute to the Opry by saying, I'm a member and I love being here. There's nothing more special. So I thought it was cool, but it got me thinking too of some of the artists that we used to hear from all the time, and now they're just kind of gone.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's an influx of artists that are trying their best to stay relevant in today's world of country music.
Right.
With the Morgan Wallens and the Megan Maronis and the Ella Langleys and Riley Greens. So it got me thinking. So I started like listening to, and I was like, what happened to that song?
It's kind of fun to go back and hear those songs again too.
Yeah. Who was your one artist that popped up like in your head right away?
Okay. So we kind of talked about it in one of our episodes, but so Jake Owen.
Oh,
you know, he had 7 number ones.
Yep.
we always heard him on the radio, Barefoot Blue Jean Night, Beachin', Alone with You.
Yep.
So it's just so odd that we don't hear him
as much anymore
on the radio anymore.
And it's funny because you say that, now that I think about it, I don't hear those songs. I hear other songs. We obviously hear Barefoot Blue Jean Night.
Yes,
that was probably, I would say, one of his biggest hits.
And that was
more than
#1.
anything, because it seems like that was a big hit for radio.
For sure.
We always seem to hear that. But you hear that and you forget about those other songs.
But then he has so many.
Yeah.
Like when we saw him, was it last year or the year before?
It was last year.
Okay. Time goes by so quickly.
They were with Dan. He was with Dan and Shay.
Yes. Yeah.
And we all sat there in the pit going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We forgot this song and we forgot that song.
It was like a greatest hits concert.
Yeah.
Of just his songs.
And those are the shows that I love to go to because it takes me to a special place, hanging with friends and good times and stuff like that. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
One of my artists that popped up as soon as you said that to me.
Let me throw in something really quickly about Jake, just really quick. He has a new album coming out actually this Friday, November 7th.
Okay.
Dreams to Dream.
I've seen him on TikTok lately trying to do, he's growing his hair out.
Yes.
He's got these cool Elvis glasses on.
He's got a different look, so I'm excited to hear. I'm wondering, does he have a different sound? Or I'm excited to hear what this new project is. So
I wonder, it will be interesting to hear because we've seen this, and I think we've already talked about this, mentioned it maybe once before, because Kip Moore is one of our favorite artists, both of us, but he has gone a completely different route.
A little bit of a different direction as well.
Different sound as well. So maybe they're thinking, okay, I've already done this version. This is what I want to do now. So it'll be interesting to see.
It'll be interesting to hear what this one's about.
Yeah. For me, it's
artist.
Craig Morgan.
Okay.
I've always loved Craig. I love, Bonfire and every song he's ever put out.
Redneck Yacht Club.
Yeah. I mean, there's so, Almost Home is probably one of my favorite songs. That and Sunday in the South from Shenandoah. But I feel like we've kind of not heard from him. But the other day he popped up on my TikTok.
Okay.
And it was flipping through and he's like, where am I? And I know he does a lot of stuff now for the Outdoorsman channel.
Yes.
He's doing a lot more TV than he is music.
Yep.
But I was thinking about the songs that he hasn't been performing for quite some time. The last song he had was My Son, the Holy Spirit.
Right.
And so I was like, God, I really miss Craig Morgan. And I want to see him do things. And of course, I know TV's probably more, probably a bigger paycheck
he's
for him.
He's probably getting a little bit more out of it.
Yeah, but he's also getting to do the things that he wants to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Last time I saw him, he was on the outbacks of Alaska somewhere.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it wasn't winter, but it was like 11:30 at night or 12 o'clock in the morning, something like that, and it was still daylight. And he's out hunting and doing his thing, and I was like, good for him.
Yeah.
But I need him to come back to country music too, because I do miss his voice.
Yeah, you kind of want to hear him on the radio.
Yeah. Not just on the radio by itself. I want to hear him in person again.
Yes, that's
true.
Yeah, because I don't think he's probably not touring much.
I don't think so. In fact, I think the last time he toured was a couple of years ago down at the Oregon State Fairs when he was here. It was one of the last times we got a chance to see him. So it's been quite a while since and I feel like a lot of those artists are, again, staying relevant.
Right.
They're not so much like, hey, I don't want to do country music anymore.
Right.
But they've gone on to bigger and better things. Obviously for Craig, it's Outdoor Channel and hunting and stuff like that, because that's what they all want to do. But like, Clay Walker this year at the Oregon Jamboree. I mean, how many people were there to see Clay?
So many.
It was jam-packed.
Yes, it really was.
I mean, there was almost fights in the pit area.
Yeah, no, everybody wanted to be up close. Yeah, no. I mean, they're still touring. Maybe they're just not
doing as much.
Well, like with Clay, I mean, not to say he doesn't really have to do any more new albums because he has so much material from over the years, so he can just tour. Yeah. At this point,
I don't know how many shows he's doing a year, but even if it was like George Strait, and George only does like 10 shows a year, so if you go to one of his specials, then you're good.
Yeah.
I think about Alan Jackson the day. He's got so many dates and that he had back in the day. At one point, they were touring like 260 days a year out of 365 days, and now he's coming down to his final show, which is crazy. Everybody wants to be on that show.
I know.
It's crazy. I hope everybody in country music gets a chance to at least go to Nashville and see it.
It's going to be special for sure.
I had some friends text me like, hey, can you get us is there any kind of pre-sale link, anything you can do to get us these tickets? And I'm like, man, I would love to. I would love to see them.
We're all in the same boat.
I know.
Yeah, we want tickets too.
That's going to be a party plane to Nashville.
Yeah, I think that one sold out
it was crazy.
Instantly.
Our friend Drew Baldridge posted a video and he's like, I grew up on Alan Jackson, love Alan Jackson. He's like, Alan, I'll come do the parking lot party for free.
Yeah.
I just want to be a part of it. Yeah. I mean, that's what's so cool.
I feel like a lot of artists themselves are going to want to just be there. Just not even to perform or to be part of it, just to be there to see that final show. Because like I said, it's going to be so special.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Next on your list.
Brett Eldredge.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Again, Oregon Jamboree. I think it was like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah, probably closer to 4 years ago.
It's been a while since he's been here in the PNW. But I feel like every year he comes back just for his Christmas special. I was going to
say, So he's had 5 number ones. So for a while he was on fire.
Yeah.
You couldn't not turn on the radio and hear him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like is just coming back for his holiday stuff, which he does so well.
Of course.
I would love to see one of his Christmas shows just because, he fits the part. He has the look. He puts the black tux on and he just has that Sinatra
he's got
element
that swagger.
So I think that, hey, if he can just get by throughout the year with just on Christmas shows, he's doing something right.
Yeah, no
sure.
kidding. He's doing, I think, like 7 shows this year.
Yeah.
And it would be so cool. I mean, you're right. It would be a dream come true to see him in New York City.
I was going to say in New York.
Snowing, he'd be great with Reba on the opening of Christmas of Rockefeller Plaza.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. But I would definitely pay money to see one of those shows with Brett.
Yeah.
Because he is one of those artists that you just love. He was so cool. Yeah. And I think about his song, It's Gonna Be a Good Day.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not singing no more.
No, but I do miss hearing him on the radio.
Yeah.
Like some new stuff. I want to hear some new stuff from him. So hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what the next year brings.
Another artist that came to mind for me that just disappeared and went away, but a friend of mine just told me the other day that he interviewed her for the first time, Jamie O'Neal.
Oh.
And I was like,
okay, yeah.
Wow, there's a name that I have not heard from in a long time.
Okay.
My friend Rick Bubba Taylor loved Jamie O'Neal. He was like the biggest Jamie O'Neal fan in radio. And every time she'd come to the station, she'd hug him. And he'd come over to me. He's like, smell how good I smell.
Yeah.
Of her,
That's funny.
So I was like, that's cool. Jamie O'Neal's back in the picture. I don't know if she's going to be touring or a lot, but maybe, again, this is the bad part about country music on the West Coast, where we don't get a chance to see a lot of these artists.
Yeah.
Brett's show in New York.
Exactly.
He'll do 3 nights in Chicago, 3 nights in New York, 3 nights in Boston.
He might do one in LA. I can't remember if he's doing one in LA or not. I feel like that's a big metro area that he probably would hit, but maybe not. I don't know.
Well, I just think that it's closer to for Jamie being in Nashville, it's easy for them to go to Ohio and Vermont and Nashville.
They're not looking to make the big, long cross-country treks.
Again, we miss them in country music.
Absolutely.
They're just not going to be touring as much as they are. So when they do come back, it's one of those moments like, oh, okay, I definitely want to see them for sure because it's been so long. Yeah, when he told me he was interviewing Jamie, I was
really
like,
cool.
That's cool. Find out what she's going to do, where's she going to be, and then he told me it's all East Coast stuff. Yeah. So unfortunately, it is what it is.
Yep.
But that's cool. That's a great name to run back to. Go ahead. Who's next?
Easton Corbin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have not heard from him in a while. I think he's still doing his own, they're still touring. A lot of these artists are all still touring on a smaller scale.
Yep.
We're just not hearing any much
new
stuff. Yeah. And I'm assuming they're still making it. It's just not getting pushed out there.
Yeah.
Like it was when, obviously labels have play a big role in that.
Right,
so
of course. That's what I was going to say.
I think he's independent now. I'm pretty sure. So,
and they probably get to that point where, as a label, you're like, okay, we've signed you to 4 records. We need you to produce 5 number ones if you can. And then at that point, no pressure. Then they do it. But at that point, I think they're also burned out. They're like, I've been doing this for so long, for so many years. I just want to go on my pace.
Right.
No one's going to tell George Strait anymore. You need to come up with whatever. He's like, no. I'm doing 6 shows. Come visit me on one of those 6 shows.
Let me tell you what I'm doing. Yeah. And that could have been with Brett, I think, probably got burnt out.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, they were always on the run. And it's funny you say Easton because I think of our last show with him down along the waterfront with the Portland Rose Festival for years.
Yep.
That was another sellout. It was huge.
Yeah. I mean, he brings in the crowd.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they're just enjoying touring at this point in their career versus the hustle and bustle of, the label life and trying to get on radio and, because it's just so hard,
right.
And social media, I think, is now different from what it was, even when these guys were coming out.
Oh, yeah.
There's more, they have more to work with on Instagram and TikTok and whatnot versus, Facebook when they came out.
Yeah.
And even Instagram wasn't what it is today.
No, not at all. And
there's more tools at their fingertips versus trying to work to the bone, being a road warrior for 200 plus days a year.
I mean, Kenny Chesney's a prime example of that. There was no social media for Kenny Chesney.
Exactly. Yeah.
At all.
And look where he is today.
Yeah, now he's in the Country Music Hall of Fame. I remember one of our good friends, Scott Michaels, talking about Kenny and the day that they met, and he met him in the Kansas City airport, and he had called his boss and said, what does this guy look like? It's not like Scott could look him up on a phone anymore with Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
And his boss says he's about 5'4", 5'5". He's probably wearing a cowboy hat, and then Scott just hung on and he goes, "I found him." And the next thing you know, he's like, "Are you Kenny?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's, "Get your ass over here, man. We got to go."
Yeah.
And he treated him like that, but then in the long run, things flip flopped, and now they're like the best of friends.
Yeah.
And Kenny, I feel, is in a great position. Has always helped Scotty out, and Scotty, good for you being that road warrior, driving him around for years and years and years, making Kenny as big as he is today. And we're blessed because of people like you making him a hero for sure.
Yeah. So cool.
Definitely. Another artist that I think this just came and gone is another guy is Gary Allan.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Growing up in LA for many, many years, when I first started at KZLA in Los Angeles, we'd always go to bar nights in in some of the different areas. And one of the bars that we would go to, I can't remember the name off the top of my head all of a sudden, Gary was actually like a hometown guy. And
really?
We used to call him the California Cowboy.
Okay.
And he was a surfer. It was out near Redondo Beach. And he was always in Huntington Beach doing his thing for years. But now I just feel like he's completely gone. And, every now and then I'll hear like Every Storm Runs Out of Rain. Or I'm just sitting here watching airplanes.
Yeah, every once in a while, you're right. You will hear one of his songs, but not often enough. Like, we used to hear him so much more.
Yeah.
And he used to tour so much more. And again, I don't even know if he's touring.
I don't know either. It might just be coming to that point where he's grown up. He's with his kids now. His kids are all adults.
Right.
So he's probably just spending time with them. I mean, they might even have kids. He's just a grandparent now.
Yeah,
and he's
maybe.
just enjoying life.
I know he got into jewelry making for a while.
I do remember that he had like these really cool rings.
Yeah.
He did one of our shows for us, and he had a handful of rings on.
And he was like really into it. So maybe that's taken him down a different path. I don't know.
Designer Fashions by Gary.
I can't remember. It was called something, and it was kind of cool. And I think it related to music. I can't remember what it was called, but it was maybe, I don't know, maybe he's still doing that.
Yeah. I know one guy that we both see a lot that's making a comeback, and I don't think he's ever really stopped after working with his label. I'm talking about Craig Campbell.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Craig, I think my all-time favorite song from Craig is Outskirts of Heaven.
I was just going to say,
it reminds me of my grandfather and now my dad and my mom, my parents. It will hit you hard in the chest.
Yes.
It will kick you.
100%.
But I feel like that's like his biggest hit. But I feel like he's like Walker Hayes. He's out there on TikTok with his kids and they're singing and they're dancing, they're having fun. So I'm glad to see him. And I think he's still touring. He's still making a comeback. He's like, I'm not done. I still want to do more stuff.
Well, and he's also got coffee shops. He's doing his own. So he has one already open. It's called Grindstone Coffee. And he's opening up another one, I believe, this week. I actually want to say on Thursday. And I might butcher the name of the town. I think it's called Shelbyville in Tennessee. But so it's a second one. So they're grinding away on the coffee.
Literally. Grinding coffee beans.
Which is really interesting.
Him and Alexander Kay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know he's doing that. Good for him.
Yeah. So him and his wife, they I think the first one's in Evansville. And now they're doing another one in I think it's called Shelbyville.
Yeah.
I'll put it down in the description below. Exactly where it's at. But they're having the grand opening this week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It would be nice if we had our own private jet. We'd just get on there and go have a cup of coffee.
I would definitely travel for coffee, that's for sure. But next time I go to Nashville, I'll have to, I think I looked it up last time I was there, or maybe when I went for the Opry. With you, I was trying to see how far out of the way it was, and it was almost an hour. I think it was like 45 minutes from where we were staying. So couldn't make it was such a short trip. Couldn't make it that time, but I do want to check it out one of these times.
For sure, and it definitely will not be one of those like you'll find it on Broadway, because I don't think they're going to take those kind of things to Broadway.
Right,
they're definitely not. If it's a bar like Post Malone's and Jellies and Morgan's,
that's different. Yeah,
Laney's, that's a different story. Joining the groups of those people as it is, but those cool little hometown shops,
which I think it's so. That's why I really want to check it out. I think it's so cool.
Did it mention anything of him like working there? I think it'd be cool to like walk in, have a cup of coffee, and there he is playing guitar.
I almost want to say he's probably there often. I think.
Right.
Yeah, just from kind of the little bits and pieces that I've kind of gathered off of social media and stuff.
That's
I think
cool.
He's there pretty often.
I think it would be very fun just to walk in on a Sunday morning. You know, enjoy a paper, and then all of a sudden you hear the guitar come out.
Yeah.
And the sounds of Craig
I think that would be really cool because awesome. I'm sure they have like a little area for because every place in Tennessee you get a performance at.
I know, so, it never fails, and there's always a record player somewhere.
Yeah. So I think I bet he does get up there every once in a while.
Yeah, you know, it's funny we talk about the Opry a lot, but after being at the Opry, I've kind of noticed a lot lately from the Opry. They're bringing a lot of the ladies of country music back,
which is really cool.
Yeah. Carrie Underwood was there a couple weeks ago with Shinedown, which was really cool.
Yeah, that was neat.
That was really a fun thing to watch, and I was really excited about Shinedown because I do like them as a rock group. They're one of my favorites.
And I love that collab. I just love how Carrie can collab with a total different genre that you would never expect, and it goes so well.
Like with her and Guns N' Roses and everything. Yeah. She's like a human jukebox.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I just love that she loves like that hard. Like she loves hard rock. I think it's just so cool.
Oh yeah. But it made me kind of dig in just a little bit more, and when I was looking at my list of favorites of female artists that I had seen over the years, obviously with the night that we did our performance with mine was Martina and Vince. Yep. But then a couple weeks ago, Patty Loveless showed up and she sang with Vince.
Oh, how cool was
Go Rest High on That Mountain. Oh. So that, I mean, I just got goosebumps saying that even. You know, it was one of those moments, but it was like, holy cow, Patty Loveless, all those songs.
Wow, yeah.
And I hear them, and then Sunday mornings I'll listen to a station in town. You know who I'm talking about. I won't say it because I love them, but you know who it is. We play them every Sunday morning from 8 to 10, 2 hours, and they played Patty Loveless this week.
Oh, that's neat.
And I was like, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
it was so awesome to hear that. But I've also noticed like some lately, like after we were there and we did the stuff, like a couple weeks later, they had a big grand party for Pam Tillis.
Oh, okay.
Because she hadn't been there in like 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Something like that. So I don't know what happened, why it took so long for her to get back there.
Yeah.
But everybody that came to be a part of that night,
I bet it was
really
epic.
special. Yeah. Trisha Yearwood showed up. Kathy Mattea showed up. Emmylou Harris showed up.
Wow.
So that was a night
that's a night to remember.
That was a night I want to be at the Opry, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like with how this whole Opry 100, it's like you almost want to be there every night.
I know.
It's pretty incredible.
It's almost not fair that it's so far away. Like if it was down the road, I would be there.
Yeah,
literally.
Exactly.
Every chance I could get because it is special.
Yeah.
And I think this is like these artists again making that comeback. Martina is still doing her thing. Trisha, she's never stopped.
No, she really doesn't.
Her and Garth, they're always doing something. They're giving to the community. They're doing big things.
Yep.
But of course, any chance they can go to the Opry and sing, they will.
Yeah.
Or Trisha's still touring.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I mean, when they decide, okay, we're going to do a show.
She's doing some holiday stuff coming up as well.
Yep.
So,
yeah, for sure.
Yep. She's always got something going on.
Do you have another artist?
I do. Justin Moore.
Yeah.
He was big for a while. This kind of surprised me when I was looking it up. He had 13 number one songs at radio. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
When you start to add those numbers up quickly.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And we just don't really hear much of him anymore.
I think there's a couple things.
He's still touring. He's still doing a handful of dates here and there.
Yeah.
But again, not like the 200 plus dates like they used to. He has a family. His kids are growing up. But he seems very involved just based off of, kind of what they share on social media.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you go from 13 number ones to... Again, I haven't heard anything from him in so long, or what feels like so long.
Yeah, "Love of a Woman" was his song. I think it was. If it's been a while since I've heard it, but
so like that might be one. I know obviously "Small Town USA" was a huge one.
Yep.
"Letting the Night Roll."
Yep.
"If Heaven Wasn't So Far Away."
Great one.
Yeah.
One of my favorites from him is "Small Town Throwdown."
Okay,
him and Brantley Gilbert and Thomas Rhett.
Yep, that was a great one.
I know, I love that one.
So I was shocked. I was like, I didn't realize he had 13.
Right.
Like I knew he had a lot of good songs, and I loved like all his singles that came out. But apparently, most of them made it to number one.
He has a very large fan base here in the PNW. I will say for sure, because every time we ever brought him to town, I remember one time we brought him for our Country Fest show down with the Rose Festival.
I do remember that.
Sold out in minutes, but everybody knew every word, just like Craig Morgan is one of those guys that you just love so much. much.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
He's heading out on the road though with Riley Green.
Okay.
In 2026, which I think will be a great fit.
Yeah.
I think Riley and Justin. It's called the Cowboy as It Gets tour.
They're gonna have some fun.
They're definitely gonna have some fun.
Is he coming to the PNW? Do we know?
Not yet. Hopefully there'll be more. I think more dates will be announced as I think they always do the first run of dates and then they add more.
It is that time of season where concerts are getting lined up.
Yes.
I know that they've already announced like the Tortuga Music Festival. And I think they build those in Stagecoach first.
Yeah.
Because
and then kind of routing reasons.
Yes, because they're like, okay, these are the 3 biggest concerts, like the Windy City Smokeout in Chicago. They do all these giant festivals and then they start putting them out everywhere else. And where they can't fit in, then they'll go, okay, let's go to Portland. Let's go to Ridgefield or let's go to Bend or something like that. So we'll see more of those shows coming
For
our
sure.
way. Definitely.
Yeah, I think more dates. We'll start seeing a lot more dates. I bet in like January, February.
Yeah.
Maybe for the latter end of 2026, like midsummer versus I think everything right now is early 2026 that's getting announced right now.
Yeah, after the holidays. I mean, we are in the holiday season.
Absolutely. Halloween just ended, and now
I know.
I know. I'm ready to decorate for Christmas. I don't know about you guys.
I won't tell you what my wife has already done there.
Okay. Girl after my own heart, as always. Yep.
It's funny. One other name that will blow your mind, and I know why he's not doing this, because he is now a radio host. He's doing more of his own podcast and a radio show himself. Tracy Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think about all the songs.
He is doing his own podcast.
My Little Texas Tornado.
A clip from him. Okay, yeah, so funny story about Tracy Lawrence. Back when you used to be able to call in to win contests on the radio, I was probably 12, maybe 13. And I called in and I won tickets to go see Tracy Lawrence.
Oh.
Of course, it was at a bar. I can't go.
Get in the bar?
Yeah. But I got to talk to him on the radio, and I just remember it being so cool. And I thought that was like the greatest thing ever. But he's like, well, so who's going? What's happening with these tickets? And I'm like, oh, my parents.
Yeah, I'm giving it to my mom and dad. Yeah, they really love you.
They had a great night out, but
that's fun.
I had to miss it. But.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. I was with him the day he got his #1 on Time Marches On. We were interviewing him at the Universal Amphitheater in LA, right where you guys were just at.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Funny. Yeah.
For Raising Cane's. Thank you again, Raising Cane's. But I'll never forget how excited he was, and that was the first time that I actually got the experience to see an artist get the message that they just got the #1 song in the country.
That's so cool. Yeah.
It was mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like he started bawling and crying right there at the table with us, and I was like, "Oh, this is such a moment.
It's such a moment.
So cool."
And when it's happening like that, you just know it means it's not just another song to them. It means something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but I do know that he's doing more radio. He's a radio host now. I think he's doing a countdown. He's also doing like podcasts, and he does a lot of stuff with the community in Nashville. Every Thanksgiving, he's always doing Tracy's Turkey Fry.
Yep.
And I think last year they served like 160 turkeys,
that's very
something
cool.
like that. So he's helping a lot of people, and this year is probably going to be even bigger.
I bet,
So good for you, Tracy Lawrence. We miss you.
Yes.
But if you want to get back on that road, hey man, we'd love to see you.
Yeah,
definitely.
So just a couple more that I want to just throw out there really quick. Thompson Square. Remember them?
Yeah.
Yep. I don't really hear much from them anymore.
No.
They showed up on my playlist when I was on the plane scrolling, like, okay, what am I going to listen to?
Yeah.
Them and Hunter Hayes.
Hunter Hayes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Gosh,
I know he's
darn.
kind of been dropping a single here and there. Again, I think he went independent.
Right.
I think he's going to be doing some stuff for the holidays, so we might be hearing a little bit more from him.
Maybe just doing more songwriting stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
And Shauna and Kiefer, I know that they did everything they could to keep music alive. They were trying new things, different looks.
And I think she ended up doing some stuff on her own, and he was just producing. He went behind the scenes.
Right.
If I remember correctly. But yeah, I just...
Yeah. He reminds me of Christian of Sugarland, Christian Bush.
Okay,
he ended up becoming more like a producer and a writer and
very much so.
a performer on records for people that didn't have somebody to do things.
Right.
So yeah, that's another great thought. Gosh, I forget. Now I got to go back and dig some of their stuff up too.
Yeah.
And Hunter for sure.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It's weird because it's like we go ebb and flow and we go through all these transitions with music and radio and who you're hearing and stuff. But there's a lot of greats that
there are. And it's not like we're not hearing music from the people that we still love, Carrie and Miranda.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And Blake and Keith, especially now, those two are like the hot ticket.
They are.
Because of the new CBS series.
The Road,
which is awesome. So yeah, if we missed one of your favorite artists.
Yeah, we want to hear about
please let us know who some of your favorite artists. So Julia and I can put a playlist together. I'll put another playlist together and go back because one other guy that I forgot about was Keith Anderson, Picking Wildflowers. That was like his only one song. I mean, that really like it was massive.
Yeah, that went somewhere.
And and then but yeah, man. So if you had a favorite that you'd love to see, and we have a nudge to Nashville somehow, we can maybe make something happen for a tour or a state fair, whether it be the Clark County Fair, the Washington County Fair, or Oregon State Fair.
Just something.
You know, I'm almost happy to put my 2 cents in to let people know.
No, for sure. We need some of these, some comebacks.
It's like those Roots in the Boots tours with Colin Ray and Sammy Kershaw and Aaron Tippin.
Man, that's, right? Yep. I remember I saw Sammy Kershaw probably 3 times with my dad.
Yeah.
And I can vividly right now picture that.
Yeah.
And it's just such a cool memory.
But I'm just thinking, like, I just see the smile and the twinkle in your eyes, the memory of you and your dad.
Yeah, we went to his show. It was at Indian Ranch in Webster, Mass. And he used to play there every year for quite a few years, and we went every year.
That's awesome.
At least 3 years in a row. I can totally picture it. I'm almost ready to cry.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up, but
it's such a good memory. And I got to meet Sammy a couple times, and such a nice guy.
Yeah.
I would love to see him again. I feel like that would just kind of bring things really full circle. Probably make me cry, but bring things full circle.
Yeah,
sure.
and the same was with my dad when I lost my mom. My dad loved Reba. So after my mom's passing, I said, Dad, I got his tickets to go see Reba. He lit up. Boom, just like that.
So sweet.
And I got his great seats thanks to the station I was at.
Yeah.
And he got to meet Reba.
Oh,
and it was one of those things that
so cool.
snapped him out of the situation we were in after losing my mom to cancer. But it was one of those moments. It was very special.
Yeah.
And it was cool. So anytime you can have a memory like that
absolutely
of those artists, let's do it. I'm all about that for sure. Because those are the greatest memories we have.
Or like your wife a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, that was so cool seeing her.
Yeah, T. Graham Brown at the Opry.
Yeah, and talk about her dad and those memories and stuff. So that was really neat.
It was really cool. It was a great moment for all of us, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
So, again, if you would love to just send us your little notes, and like I said, I'll jot down a playlist. We'll put some forgotten favorites that we got on there for you. And we'd love to hear from you. You can email Julia at
countrymusicrocks.net.
Yep, or Danny at countrymusicrocks.net. And we'll get it together for you, and we'll put it up on the playlist. And in the meantime, make sure you tell your friends, your family, spread the word. The Country Music Rocks podcast is here. You can watch it all on YouTube. You can find it on all of your social channels. Instagram, we're also on our Country Music Rocks webpage. Julia's always updating that, blogging a bunch of stuff about cool things, including Raising Cane's.
Yep.
So
for sure.
Go enjoy a couple chicken strips.
Yeah, definitely. Grab a box combo.
In the meantime, have yourself a great week. We'll see you next week right here at the Country Music Rocks podcast.